Friends, let's start with this second part on Vata issues. And here we are going to discuss in details the reasons behind the excess Vata in our body. Again, it will be a very elaborate video where we will talk about almost all the reasons which I know your Vata goes up. Because if you don't find the reason, you are not going to treat yourself. Like I always give an example in my lectures about a lady who is she is having a headache. She came to me and I found out the reason that she is hungry and she was not eating her meals due to some reason. And then the headache started with her and she went to so many doctors and nothing happened. She came to me and we found out this reason and we corrected this reason. She started eating when she was hungry and everything went well. Her headache went down. So if we will not find the reason, we are not going to treat ourselves in a real way. So we have to find out the reasons. There are 4 major reasons which will affect our body. One is food. Whatever food we eat, we will develop this kapha, pitta, vata in our body, and if it goes wrong, we have to suffer with these issues. So food is very important. We are going to talk in details about food. Second will be our lifestyle. If some more exercise, less exercise, some more traveling, or maybe not sleeping well, and so many such lifestyle issues, again they will cause imbalance in our body. Third is the external environment, the seasons. So it's a very heaty season, very windy season. It will also affect our body. And lastly, but the most important, will be our mind. If there is a lot of anxiousness in the mind, a lot of worries in the mind, fears in the mind, it will also lead to excess Vata in the body. So there may be one reason, there may be multiple reasons. So we have to find out, it's our duty to find out these reasons, and then only we can come out of our issues. So sometimes it's very difficult that you go to some doctor and he will find out all the reasons, because to finding out these reasons, we need time. We have to discuss a lot. We have to ask you many questions. Then we can come out with the reasons. And then if just a few minutes of talk with the doctor, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of talk, and it's very, very difficult to find out every small reason. And just a small reason will be again a issue that it will create your excess of Vata. So let's start understanding the reasons of Vata. First, we will begin with food. Biggest reason I can see in people is when they are hungry, they are not eating their meal. What will happen? So what is this hunger? Hunger means whatever food you have taken is now well digested and the space has created in your stomach again. So there is a space. So in that space, if you don't put anything, the wind is going to come there. We have learned that they stay together, wind and space. So for example, in your home there is a furniture in your room and you take out all the furniture from the room. Who will enter inside? Who will occupy that space? So the wind will occupy that space. So big reason is that you are hungry and not eating your meal. And my dear friends, in this today's very fast life, how difficult for oneself to manage this hunger all the time. You are getting hungry 2, 3, 4 times in a day, and there may be occasions that you are so occupied with the work or you are traveling or etc., and you are not eating at that time. Definitely wind is going to enter. So you can observe that many a times it happens that you are hungry, you haven't taken anything, and after some time you will feel that your stomach has come up, it has bloated, and you will be surprised that, oh, how my stomach has come up. I haven't taken anything and still my stomach has come up. So dear friends, who has entered inside? Wind. And the same wind which has entered here will go everywhere in the body and will cause so many health issues. Sometimes you do it deliberately, that you are hungry, still you are not eating. Some idea in the mind and you don't eat and you have to suffer. I have seen many working women, many ladies, that they get up in the morning and they are busy with cooking and making tiffins of their husband and the children and etc. And they start hunger maybe around 8:30, but then they think that let me finish the work and then I will sit quietly and I will have my breakfast. So maybe the hunger is coming at 8:39 and then they will eat around 10:30. So within this time the wind will enter, and I have seen many this female, they are suffering with this Vata issues. So you have to eat on when you are hungry. Exactly opposite rule is also there. When you are not hungry, you are not eating. That's for sure. Sometimes this also happens is that you may have a very light meal in the night and you get up with the hunger. At 6:30 you are hungry and then you are not able to eat at that time. Again the Vata will enter your stomach. So be aware of this first reason. Check with yourself whether this is not happening about you. The second is you are hungry but you are not eating fully. There is so much of space is created inside and you just put a little, and then again in that remaining space the wind will enter. Again you will suffer with this Vata issues. So again I see many of you are doing these mistakes, that you are eating less than your hunger. A marketing person, he is moving around all the time, he is not at his office, he is somewhere else and he gets a hunger. So what usually he thinks is that, oh, I have to go home and I will have a lunch or a dinner. Now I am hungry, so let's have a little something here and there. So he puts little something and then again the wind will enter. He is not satisfied his hunger, he is not taken his meal fully. So he has done a mistake. There is some talk about that one should eat very less, and then one should eat very less. Again he is not satisfied, the wind is entering into his stomach and again he will suffer with Vata. I have seen this usually with the females, the ladies, that they are always worried about the weight issue, and because of that most of the time they eat very less, and that has created a lot of health issues in women. Let's talk here about the weight issue. Very important to discuss. See, in Ayurveda there is a concept of constitution. like you are made like that, your house is made like that. So there may be a kapha constitution, pitta, vata constitution, or combinations of all. So if you take three people, one is kapha, pitta, vata, their height is same, maybe 5 feet 8 inches or 9 inches. And if you see their weight, the kapha are heavy elements, earth and water elements. His weight will be always 5-10 kg more than the standard chart. The pitta will be in moderation, and the vata person will be always thin. He won't have that much of weight. He will be 5-10 kgs less. So how we can put all of them on a single chart of height and weight? So everyone is little different. So what should be one's weight? So I think personally that with his weight he is very comfortable. He is having strength to do all the work, and he is not feeling so much of heaviness in his body. Then it's fine. 5-10 kgs here and 5-10 kgs there doesn't matter. Yeah, with the weight you're feeling so lethargic, so heavy, it's very difficult to do day-to-day routine work, then fine, then you can think of reducing some of the weight. So what happens is that maybe many of the people are having a good weight, standard weight, it is not excess, but in their mind they are thinking that, oh, I am overweight, or other fear is that I should not put on weight. With all these fears and anxiousness in the mind, these females, mostly females or even some men, they start eating very less amount of milk. So they are hungry, they will put little, the gas will enter inside, and then I see so many vata issues in them. Then I have to convince them that they should eat well, then only the vata issues will go up. Today we again think that, yeah, doctor, give me some medicines and let me get rid of all these issues. How it will happen? It cannot happen. A person is sitting in front of fan, a lot of fan and a lot of wind is increasing in his body and dryness and so many health issues. He is coming to me, I am giving him some medicines, he is feeling better with the medicines. Next day again he is getting exposed to that fan. Or one person is doing fasting, he is not eating when he is hungry, his vata is increasing, he is coming to me, I am giving him some medicines. Next day again he is doing fasting. So how I can treat him with medicines? So please understand, you have to get rid of reasons, causes, then only you can get rid of the effect. So you have to eat well. You have to eat well. And how one can understand is I am eating well. Here one thing you should also be clear that your hunger is different from others. It's your hunger. So everyone's hunger is different. So you cannot compare with others how he is eating. He may be eating less, he be eating more. But you have to eat according to your own hunger. And again, please understand, this hunger is a changing phenomena. You can experience it. In summers, there is a lot of thirst and your hunger will go down. And in the winter, you are mad with the hunger. So how you can decide that I am eating this much? You have to be flexible. You are in some southern part of the country, southern hemisphere, and maybe there is a very hot climate, your hunger will be low. And you go in a northern part of the country where there is a cold climate, your hunger will be more. So flexibility is the law, flexibility is the rule, so you have to keep changing according to your hunger. So how you can understand that how much you should eat? Very interesting subject, very important subject, that you have to learn this art to eat properly. So one is that you are hungry, it's a very uncomfortable situation, and you start eating, and a point will come where you feel, wow, I am feeling so nice. This wow feeling should come, the feeling of satisfaction should come. That means you have satisfied your hunger. So one is that feeling, that you're feeling so nice after eating. Secondly, in an empty sack you're putting some stones and some bricks inside, so there will be some heaviness. So there may be a heaviness of 15-20 minutes and half an hour, that you are heavy, you are sluggish, you are sleepy after your meals, and that is fine, that is fine. And thirdly, your next hunger will come after a gap. So like after a breakfast you may get a hunger for a lunch after 3.5 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 hours. So you had a good breakfast. If you had a lunch, and lunch is the most important meal according to Ayurveda. See, at the time of lunch, the sun is at the top, in the middle, and sun is fire. So your digestive fire is very good at the time of lunch. So lunch will be the biggest meal, maybe around in between 10 to 2, when the sun is at the top. And then once you have a lunch, you should not get hunger for 6, 7, 8 hours. That is the criteria that you had a good lunch. So these three things: one is you have taken, you are satisfied, there is a little heaviness after the lunch, and the next hunger will come after 6, 7 or 8 hours. Then you had a good lunch. So please see in this way whether you are having a proper quantity of meal or not. See, we will see this third thing, that what to have. We have thinking when to have, how much to have, and third is what to have. So we will discuss that later on. We are just talking about the quantity. So if you eat less amount of food, see what will happen. You are not satisfied after your meals. I have seen so many people, patients like this, they eat little with the fear in the mind, and then they are continuously thinking of having something. Even after meals, they want to put something in their mouth. After half an hour, they want to drink something, and etc. etc. So they are not satisfied with their meal. Secondly, they have taken so less amount of food that they will get a hunger within next 2 hours or 3 hours. They are mad with the hunger, and then again they have to eat something. So they have not eaten to its full amount. I have seen many people, they eat very small and then keep on drinking tea and coffee again and again. So much of trouble to that digestive system. Ayurveda says you have to eat minimum times, 2-3 times in a day, that's fine. If you are eating again and again, maybe small meals again or some tea and coffee again and again, your digestive system is at work again and again. So there is no rest to the digestive system, and then it won't work nicely. So you have to give a good amount of rest to the digestive system. So eat only twice to thrice in a whole day, and then you have to eat well. So these people, they will eat less, and then there will be a tiredness. They are eating so much less in quantity. There is no enough petrol to their car, and they will be tired all the time. I have also seen this phenomena in many patients that they eat very less and then there is no energy for exercise. Even though they want to do exercise, they are not able to do exercise. They do some exercise and they will be tired. So they are not putting money in the bank and they want to do expenses. So if they are eating less, they are eating less. What else will happen is that I have seen some patients that especially in the old age one thing goes up in the mind is that I am getting old, so I should reduce my quantity of meals. Again, a big intellectual decision. The decision should be experiential. If he is getting a good hunger and he is able to digest the food, he must eat that much of quantity. Even if he is having an old age, he should not reduce his quantity deliberately. See, now you can think what will happen. If he is reducing his quantity, the Vata will enter and he will suffer with Vata issues, and he is already in the Vata age. Already the Vata is taking up him with so many issues and you are creating more Vata. So he should eat well. And how he will know whether he is digesting or not is that if he is eating something and he is getting a next hunger after few hours, he is digesting the earlier food. It's so simple. Why you have to play this game intellectually? He is digesting it, so let him have another meal. So don't deliberately reduce his meal. If he is eating well, then only he will keep up with his health. One more conception is that in the evening one should have a light meal, and that is perfect. In the evening you don't have a very good digestion, the sun is not there, so you should not eat very heavy meals, that will lead to indigestion. But that does not mean that you should eat less in amount. There is some hunger has come up in the evening, so there is some space is created in the stomach, and again you deliberately put some less amount of food, again the remaining portion will get occupied by wind. And in some patient this happens that they have this idea that they should eat less rather than light. They have this idea they should eat less, and what happens, the wind enters and the wind is like this, and they will have a restlessness and they will not get a good sleep in the night. So if you are getting hunger in the evening, if you are not getting hunger in the evening, then it's fine, you should not eat anything. If you are getting hunger in the evening, you have to satisfy that hunger by eating well. Of course you will eat a lighter food, that we will discuss later on what food, but you have to eat something at that time. So this is another one reason of developing Vata. People tend to eat less amount of food to control their weight, but I have seen a very exactly opposite phenomena in some patient. They eat very less. Now there is a good hunger, they eat very less amount of food. The body gets the message that I am not getting a food. Again and again this message goes to the body that I am not getting a proper amount of food. So body starts thinking that it's a famine, I am not getting a meal. So body goes in a different mode, that it will reduce its metabolism, its burning, and start collecting the food in the forms of fat, and then the fat starts accumulating. Now this person is surprised that I am eating so less amount of food and still I am accumulating the fat. So again, my dear friends, you have to be very cautious that don't deliberately reduce your amount of food. Even I have seen this in a hypothyroid patient. One of my friend sister met me and she was little fat, and I was talking to her. She was also having a hypothyroid. So I was talking to her and I got to know that she was eating very less amount of food. And then again she was having so many Vata issues. So I asked her to increase the amount of food. But she was very surprised with my answer and she didn't listen to me. Then after few days, she went for some tour and somewhere else for a picnic and something, and there she lost her control and she ate very nicely, very fully. She came back and checked her thyroid levels and she was surprised that first time her level was normal. So again I feel that if you start deliberately reducing your food, the body goes into that low metabolism mechanism, and that is a hypothyroid. So again see where this problem is too much. This hypothyroid problem is there in the women's, in the ladies, not in the men. So the ladies, they are over conscious about their weight, may have to suffer with this hypothyroid issue. This is the second very big reason that a person who eats deliberately less amount of food will develop the gases and Vata issues. So please again check with you, and the checking point is that you are feeling nice and the next hunger is coming after a good hours of gap, then you are eating well. The third reason, again a very important reason, is what you are eating. Now there is a strategy to reduce the weight that people started advising to eat lot of vegetables, lot of salads, and maybe lot of pulses, sprouts, and all these things. There is a sense into that. They are all very light. These pulses are very light in nature, sprouts are very light in nature, these vegetables are light, these salads are light. So naturally you will reduce your weight. But see the danger into that. If you are having too much of this, you will start developing gases, the wind, and I have seen many patients, they shift to this diet and they are developing a lot of Vata issues. Again, one wrong message is going into mind of us that everyone should have this diet, that lot of pulses, lot of vegetables, lot of salad, everyone. So there is already a thin person, there is no issue of Vata weight into him, and he is having this diet. See, imagine what will happen to him. So much of gas will created, and he will not understand why I'm eating such a healthy diet and why so much of health issues to me. So he is doing wrong. This diet is not required for him, not necessary for him. Even for an obese person who wants to reduce his weight, he should try this with open eyes. So he may be increasing little of vegetables, littles of pulses, dals, littles of salads, and some carbohydrates here and there. And he is observing himself. So there is a reduction of weight, fine. But if he starts developing gases, the gas issues, there is a bloating and pains here and there and constipation and dryness, then he has to again do some fine tuning in his meals. So for a normal human being, the meal should be a big chunk of carbohydrates. It may be wheat, it may be rice, it may be some millet, depending upon where he stays in the world, the local food, and then some of salad, some of vegetable, and some of dal. A person who is already having so many Vata issues, if he shifts to this diet, he will be mad with the Vata issues. so much of Vata issues will crop up in his body that he will have to run to a doctor. So please be aware that what you are eating. What else will happen in the food is, if you eat lot of spices, hot spices, if you eat lot of bitter things, if you eat lot of astringent things, they all have lot of gases. So spices, you know, hot spices, you know, black pepper and cinnamon and red chili and etc, etc. Bitter things, you know, like bitter gourd is there, and some leafy vegetables are bitter. So if you eat little more of the bitter or the astringent things like spinach is astringent. So if you are having this taste more, then again your Vata is going to go up in the body. So be aware of eating. And naturally, a person having a lot of Vata inside will not prefer this taste, will not enjoy having bitter things, will not enjoy having astringent things, will not enjoy having very spicy, hot spicy things. So these three tests will create Vata. Now think of some medicines from a modern science like antibiotics. These antibiotics, they are, you test them and you will realize they are extremely bitter, so bitter. And then see the side effect of the antibiotics. When you take a course of antibiotics, so much of bitterness will go inside, will create so much of Vata, and then you will suffer with Vata issues, tiredness, constipation, gases, body ache and so many else. So again you have to be cautious. Just don't take antibiotics like peanuts, just something happening. So take antibiotics only when absolutely necessary, otherwise don't take, or in that case any bitter medicines. Like this crocin, paracetamol is bitter. So many modern medicines, they have a bitter taste. And if you take bitter unnecessarily, your Vata is going to increase. Why only modern medicines? Also the Ayurvedic herbs which are bitter in taste, and if you are taking them unnecessary, lot of bitter taste inside, like neem or this bitter gourd or this aloe vera, they are all bitter, and if you take them unnecessarily, you are going to increase your Vata issues. And on one side you are increasing your Vata issues, you are taking some treatment of Vata. How you are going to get rid of Vata? Another food product which will increase the dryness in your body, Vata, is honey. Honey is a very good food ingredient. Honey is a very good medicine for a kapha, stickiness. But see the action of honey. It will scrub the stickiness from your body, so naturally making your body dry. It will increase the dryness of the body. And see the side effect of honey. If you are eating a lot of honey, your Vata is going to increase. And a person whom there is a lot of Vata already, if he starts having honey, he is going to increase his Vata. So honey is not a very good food for a Vata issue, and be aware about that, having too much of honey. So all these food products, the food in this way will increase Vata. So you have to again aware that this lighter type of food, this vegetables and pulses and salads and spicy things, bitter things, astringent things, honey, everyone will increase Vata in your body. So again, one more reason, this very important reason, is what you eat. If you eat very lighter stuff, lighter qualities are creating in your body and will enhance your Vata. Fourth very important reason is sleep, rest. See how much importance Ayurveda has given to the rest. They have saying that your health is like a table which stands on three legs, and what are these three legs is, one is food, other is peace of mind, and third leg is rest. So see, they are giving so much of importance to the rest. So what happens is that a whole day you are working and in the evening you are tired. So what is this tiredness? So tiredness is, now you know your Vata has gone up. So when you give a rest in the night, the Vata goes down and again there is a balance in the body, and in the morning you should feel fresh. You feel fresh. So that is a rest, important of rest, that it takes out your tiredness and then again you are fresh for the day. So how much rest one should take? There is no answer to this question. Every person is different. Even a same person is doing a different activity in different days. So his tiredness is different. So cannot say, maybe some person may need 5 hours of sleep, some may need 6, 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep. So one has to decide, he is sleeping, getting up in the morning and feeling fresh. So then he has completed his rest. One young fellow came to me. He is working in an IT company, software company, and having so much of Vata issues, 10, 15, 20 Vata issues, a very young person. He was sitting next to me, and if I would have told him that please take some rest and then we will talk, he would have gone to sleep. So much of sleep in his eyes. He was not sleeping. He was sitting in his front of his computer with a cup of coffee, doing so much of work in the night, hardly taking sleep of 3, 4, 5 hours. So he has not completed his tiredness. His tiredness was catching him and developing so many of Vata issues. After hearing his story, I gave him a certificate or a prescription of mine, writing that please go home, take a good rest, and it may be of 20 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours. And my sign, I handed over that paper to him, and he wanted to sleep, but somehow he was not completing his sleep. He went back, he slept well, maybe 20-24 hours, such a big long rest. And he called me back saying that, sir, I am not having a single problem in my body. So what he was lacking of is rest, and his Vata is going up. So please understand how important this rest is. In Europe, some person has written a book naming something like that be lazy and be healthy. He must have seen people working madly day and night, not completing their rest and suffering with so many of health issues. So he has written a very good book, that be lazy and be healthy. So complete your rest and the health will come in your body. Please understand what is this tiredness is. You are tired means every cell of you is tired. And these trillions of cells of you, they are tired. Your brain is tired, your liver is tired, your kidneys are tired, your digestive system is tired, everything is tired. So how they will function well? And then you are going to suffer with some or other health issue. So very important that you should complete your rest then you are balancing your Vata. And this is not happening now. This young generation, they in the night they are sitting with all this YouTube and etc etc etc, watching films and documentaries and etc, sleeping late at 2 and 3 p.m. in the night. And that is why even in this early age of 20s and 30s, they have started developing Vata issues. They are not completing their sleep. So very important phenomena that they should complete their sleep. So again, very important reason of increasing Vata in your body is not taking a good rest. Did you get me? So check this reason with yourself and experience yourself. A day when you take a very good sleep, a full sleep, and see what happens. A freshness will come in you, and freshness is health. The Vata has gone, you are fresh, and there are no complaints of Vata in your body. So please understand this very important reason of Vata, excess Vata, as not completing your rest. What will be the next reason is exercise. In a way, exercise is a very good activity for your health. Ayurveda gives very high respect to exercise. Because of the exercise, your durability will be very good, your immunity will be good, your digestion will be good. So they say that every day one should do exercise. But again here we do some mistakes. We overdo it. We become fanatic of exercise. And then we don't listen to the body, and we are doing exercise beyond our capacity. So when you do exercise beyond your capacity, you are tired, you are exhausted, and you are exhausted means you have increased your Vata. It is something like that. You are driving some two-wheeler and it has a capacity of 2 persons. You are putting 4 persons on that two-wheeler and going ahead. This two-wheeler don't have that much of capacity and it will get tired. In the same way, you are doing too much of exercise, you are tired, increasing your Vata. Actually, after the exercise, you should feel very nice, very fresh, lightness in the body, and it will give you health to your body. I've seen many people when they do a little more of exercise, and when I meet them, they have all the time they have some issues of the health. There is a backache and there is a problem in the knees, and today I'm having a stiffness, there is a muscle pull or something. So I then question them, then why you are doing exercise? You are doing exercise for the health and you are suffering with so many health issues. So there is something wrong in doing the exercise. And what is this wrong is too much of exercise. So one has to understand the capacity of one's own, and the simple way is how are you feeling. So after the exercise you are feeling fresh, light, you are just sitting 5-10 minutes and you are starting up your day's work, then it's fine. You have done exercise and coming back home, taking your tongue out and going to bed for 2 hours, and a whole day you are feeling very tired. You have done too much. So you are increasing your Vata, you are increasing your oxidation, there will be wear and tear, degeneration, and you are getting old very soon. So be cautious about exercise, how much exercise you should do. Some interesting things also happen. Like one friend came to me doing so much of exercise but such a big stomach, bloated stomach. The legs and hands were fine. There was no much of the fat, and here the fat was not there but the gas was there, such a bloated hard stomach. So I was discussing with him, and suddenly I realized that I asked him a question that how is your stomach before going to exercise and after the exercise. So he also realized that before going to exercise his stomach was soft and flat, quite flat. After the exercise it bloated. And then I gave him a correlation that you are doing too much of exercise, you are creating wind, the wind is coming in your stomach and it is getting bloated. So you can also check with yourself that before exercise how is your stomach and after the exercise how is your stomach. And if it is getting bloated, you are doing too much of exercise. One another phenomena happens is that if you do too much of exercise, you are tired, and when you come back home and someone asks you for a meal, you will say no, I am not hungry. So even though you are doing such a good exercise, the hunger has not come up. So again a big issue. So what happened is the gas has come inside, too much of gas has occupied the space inside and you are not hungry. So this also happens with us. We are very tired, we came back home and we are not hungry, so we take some rest and then the hunger comes. So if you are doing too much of exercise, you are also killing your hunger, you are not getting enough nutrition, you are in trouble and so many health issues will occur to you. So too much of exercise and you are developing your Vata in your stomach. This same Vata will go everywhere and will cause aches and pains. Even if too much of exercise, you will not get a sound sleep. Too much of exercise, you have increased your wind and then you are like this, you will not get a sound sleep. So please think of a proper exercise, a proper amount of exercise for yourself. This will also change, like hunger is changing, thirst is changing, your capacity will change. You are in some cold climate and there will be a good capacity to exercise. You are in a hot climate, it will reduce. In the summers, the capacity will go down. In the winters, the capacity will go up. A day you are very tired due to so many household activities and then you are not able to do exercise next day. So don't do it, or do it in moderation. So always be careful about your exercising. A person or a woman, she has so much of household duties, or a person is a farmer doing a lot of farming, he is getting tired due to that. The woman is getting tired due to household duties, and then again she is performing some exercise, again it will cause a problem. So there should not be guilt about exercise, that I am not doing exercise. This guilt is also there, that I am not doing exercise. So again, let your body talk with you. As I said earlier, a person who eats very less amount of food, he will not have that much of energy to exercise. He will not able to do exercise and he will be very guilty that, oh, I am not doing exercise. So if you are not able to do exercise, find out the reason and then correct the reason, then you will be able to do exercise, but it should be appropriate exercise. What else is a traveling? What another reason of Vata is traveling? In the travel you are just sitting, you are not doing anything, you are moving very fast. after the travel you feel a tiredness. So what is this tiredness? Is your whole body is moving very fast. All the atoms are just moving very fast. The Vata is catching up you and you will be tired. So always after the traveling you will get the experience of tiredness, and the person who travel a lot will develop Vata issues in his body. I remember one old person with his issues in his knees, and someone has told him that he should walk every day for 1 hour. Now he was a very sincere person, so he thought that if I walk for 1 hour, I will improve my health of my knees. So he used to start walking. After 15-20 minutes, pain will start in his knees, stiffness will start in his knees. But he was so determined that he will keep on walking with such a pain and such a difficulty. He will just pull himself and will complete 1 hour. So when he started walking, his knees was much better, and he did it for a month or two. He came back to me, and there was a worst situation of the knee. More wear and tear has happened, more degeneration has happened. So you can understand what he has done. He overexerted than his capacity. His wind has gone up. The same wind, same Vata has caused more degeneration, more wear and tear in his knees. So be aware of that. They are already having a lot of Vata issues, so thin, so much of pain in the joints, very dry skin, a lot of less capacity, and still someone give them a suggestion that they should do exercise. Now they start doing some exercise, and within 5 minutes they will be so tired, the pain will start, there may be giddiness and so many issues. But still they will feel guilty that, I am not able to do my exercise. So don't worry. First, make yourself ready for the exercise, let your Vata subside, and then definitely you can go for a exercise. What other reasons of Vata will be is talking. It's a occupation of teacher or professor, and he used to talk a lot. And talking is a movement. When you talk a lot, you get a tiredness. So again, too much of talking will lead to excess of Vata, and then he has to know how to balance this Vata. Another reason will be too much of fan, exposed to too much of wind. Maybe some fan is there, or he is staying at an altitude where there is a lot of windy atmosphere. He will develop Vata in his body. Or maybe air conditioned AC, a lot of cold air, and this cold air which is very dry will increase the dryness in your body, and your Vata will go up. One more thing happens with this cold air. One is air, which will also increase the Vata. The cold air again have a different impact on the body. So we know that we have learned in the physics that anything cold will constrict the things. So in the same way, if person is sitting in the AC in the very cold air, the body will get constricted, and whatever gases are formed, they will not relieved outside the body. And as they will get stuck inside the stomach, they will go in all the parts of the body and will cause various symptoms. So I can see today AC is again a big challenge, and especially a person with Vata issues, he sits in the AC environment, air conditioned environment, cooled environment, there is a constriction, the gas is stuck inside and he will get a various problems. So again that will be a reason for his Vata issues. And lastly, I have also seen many patients like this, their mind is very anxious. A lot of worries are there in the mind. Something little happens and they will start thinking a lot. They will keep on thinking, keep on thinking. And when the mind wanders so much, there is so much of movement in the mind that affects the body, and there will be a Vata formation in the body. So this anxiousness, too much of thinking, too much of worries, fear, again if fear comes in the mind due to anything, fear of some illness, fear of some other situation, and again the Vata will start increasing in the body. See what happens when the fear comes, there is a palpitations, there is a shaking in the body, shaking in the hands and the legs. So movement will go up and Vata will increase in the body. So many reasons we were discussing about the Vata reasons, and why we discussed in so much of detail that you should catch the thief. You should catch the reason or multiple reasons and you should correct them. Then only you will come out of various Vata issues. Thank you very much. We will now go to the third part or about the Vata, where we will discuss about the treatment of Vata.